Hello, this is a video for all generators or manifesting generators or anyone that is interested on understanding more the sacred response, right? The sacred response is coming from here, from the gut. And I feel a great mistake that most people do, and I was doing as a practitioner before when I was doing lots of readings. I then stopped and then I started again now because I absolutely love human design. And I think there's this calling to help people on human design. And I want to do it in a very practical way. That's why the series of these videos is called Human Design in Real Life. And I think we mistake sacred response by excitement, right? And I've always said when I was doing readings before, I would say to my clients, like, when you feel this excitement, that's a yes. And when you feel this, it's a no, right? The sacred response, I've always said, is very simple. Like, either you have I always say with the face, like this, or it's like, there's no response. That means a no. And sometimes, and this is the tricky, is like, you don't know, because there's no response. But that's very few times. It's very quick, the sacred response. It's like oh, yes or no. The problem is when you have the solar plexus, either yours or either for someone else that is overriding yours, and then you have like an exciting response. So I would differentiate the gut response from an exciting response, and I will give an example of this, of course. That's why it's practical human design. The excitement comes from the solar plexus, like this emotion of yeah, but that will fade away. That's the emotion that goes up or goes down and then goes to neutral. And then you have the real response. So sometimes when we say excitement, it's more this emotional response. And I've been already in my human design experiment for years, and I've always contemplated my response in different situations. And I feel when it's a sacred response, it's grounded. There's no excitement. It feels good. Now I'm getting goosebumps. But it feels like there's not any excitement. It's just very grounded. It feels good. Even you are like, is this really even true? Is this for me? It feels grounded. It feels flowy. It's all about flow, right? Human design. And you get this grounded, flowy response. And I feel that's the sacred response that you're actually wanting to hear, because it's about hearing that response. It's a guttural. It's like a you can feel this It also has to do a lot with sexuality. Like, I'll make another video about that if you want. But sacral and this sacral and the gut, the gut and the throat are very connected chakras, right? The sexual and the throat are very connected. So we want to hear this, I like this, but when you have sex, for example, you're not like moaning very high. That is very and not actually good. I wouldn't say good, is because sex is not good or not. It's either fulfilling or not. It's either nurturing or not. But that's my brand, Brad and Lola. I talk about that on that channel, on that brand. Here I don't talk much about sexuality, but I think it's important for the video and for the sacred response. So when you have a sexual desire and when you're having sex with your partner, you want to moan, you want to express that desire, like this is actually your tone, right? Some people will have high pitch, and that's actually not a grounded, nurturing experience, right? That's more like an anxious thing. Anyways, you want to feel this right? And there's no excitement there. It's just a flowy response. And I want to make a practical example, which is, I went today, I'm an emotional being, right? So I have to wait my wave. But there's certain times that I don't have to wait my wave, because it's very clear. There's no emotion. There's just this flow and this pull towards something. I think the gut is always this pull towards something, towards a person, towards a project, towards an initiation, right? I respond to this. This feels good, right? And then your mind can tell you anything, right? That you have to let your mind do the talk. but always observe it. Don't trust your mind. It's just, your mind is actually not there. So that's why human design help us get out of the mind, because the mind won't solve our problems and will only get us to unfulfillment, right? Or frustration. In the case of you guys which are maybe listening to this, generators or manifesting generators. So I was visiting a house because I have to leave my house and I have to go rent another house. And we were looking at different properties, and one really, we were on Facebook and something really popped up very easily. We checked the house, we liked the energy, and actually a friend of ours, which is a projector, a 2-4 projector, she was actually making that announcement on Facebook, and she was helping a friend, she's a 2-4, so of course, and then she was helping this friend get the property rented. So it was very aligned, all these signs, right? So we went to the property today, which was actually the next day, the following day. We saw the property yesterday, which you see is very flowy, everything, right? Everything flows. I mean, I don't know if I end up there, but everything feels very aligned, right? And that's what we want to look in our lives, like this flow, this alignment, this sacred response. And when I stepped in the house, I already know always that I don't have to make my mind. I just have to be on the place. I have to talk to the practitioner. I have to talk to the person, and then I will have a gut response. So this is always my life like this. I've always lived my life like this since I know human design. It really helped me transform my life because I don't have to think. I just have to feel, right? This is very different. I have to just to respond with my gut. So I stepped inside of the house and I feel this, I like this place. I feel myself here, and this is what I want you guys to look for. And when you hear your gut responses, is like, do you feel this pull? Do you feel this groundness? Do you feel like this moan, or is just unclarity? Of course, if you're emotional like me, you may have these emotions. Oh yeah, everything is super exciting, and then that excitement, of course, fades away with the days. It actually happened with me I wanted to do a tattoo, and I talked to the tattoo artist. Everything was very fun. Oh, let's do this tattoo. Everything was exciting. That's the emotional wave. And after the days, it ended up in a frustration and unfulfillment, and both sides a little bit disconnected, because at the end I didn't want to do the tattoo, and I didn't time to think about the design of the tattoo. But that's another story. But that, you see, that's the influence of the emotional wave. So I want from you guys, from now on, practice this, right? Do I feel this groundness, or do I feel this excitement? What am I looking for in the gut response? And I think what we should look for is this grounded response, this grounded feeling of and this moan, and not just this excitement, which is just emotional. And you know that excitement will fade away eventually. That's why sometimes generators are a little bit confused. Is this a sacral yes or no? Because I had this excitement and now it's gone. Because that excitement is the emotional wave. So if you're a emotional sacral, then you will need more time to actually understand. You need time. And I make another video about this, but you need a lot of time to have clarity, right? Especially on important things. But sometimes you don't need that time. You just know. And I knew when I met my woman, it was my woman. I knew it. I was always looking for love. As a 6'2", of course, we're always looking for perfection and love. And I just found her, and it was clear. I'm meant to be with this woman. And that's it. It was very clear. And I'm someone that lives my life very intensely and very 100%. So I'm very committed to life, right? I think we all should be very committed to our lives. Devoted and with honor. Anyways, that's another topic. So yeah, that's the main point of this video, is just finding this sacred flow, right? So, okay, if you had any commentary, you have any question, you have anything to add to this video, please share it on the comments below. I'll read them, I'll respond to them, and hopefully I can make a video about that, because I want this channel to be interactive. So please leave your comments, leave your feedbacks. I really like feedbacks, so please give me your feedbacks. I'm a second line. I don't know what I'm doing well or what I'm doing not well, so please let me know, and then I can improve and I can make videos to add value to your lives. So see you on the next videos on practical human design. I give examples, right? Sometimes we learn human design very on the mind, but really it needs someone living, which is me, the design, and giving examples how to live a life through human design. And I think if we all did that, it would be a better place. So see you on the next videos.